example, like bum-ass Peter Rosenberg, I remember when me and Elliott, did the interview and we both agreed that Nadeska doesn't belong on the power list. You know what I mean? That caused a whole bunch of backlash.
That's my sis.
Look, people try to come back and say she don't bother nobody, she does a good job. Never said she did a bad job. Never said that she bothers people or whatever else. My point was the impact that she makes is not on the same level as the other 15 people.
She has a show with I believe Ebro and some other guy.
Yeah, and that other guy pointed out that he was mad that I didn't know about his show. But no one really knows. You don't even know the name of the show either.
No, it's like Rap Life or something.
Okay. I'm just saying it doesn't make a big impact. That's all I'm saying. And
I'm biased to the desk. I'm always biased.
If she did bother some more people, and she said, she's like, listen, since Everyday Struggle, she responded to what we said. Did? Yeah, she said, ever since Everyday Struggle, I've learned to ignore these, these rap lists. And, I'm happy with my slow and steady pace and so forth. And that's cool. I salute her. I think she does a fine job. But this is the group of people who shake shit up. And she just doesn't shake shit up because that's not her style. But if you don't shake shit up, you can't be on this list.
But Angie don't shake shit up either.
I mean, I was a little iffy about her being on the list also, to be honest.
Hey, listen.
There was a few people, the Kids Take Over guy. I didn't think that he should have been on that list either.
No, that platform does
Look at the numbers, man. Look at the numbers.
Well, I think that might be
influence. You got to look at the numbers. You got to see the impact, man. That's all I'm saying.
Me, when it comes to Nadeska, I'm going to be completely biased.
You're biased. You guys were on a show together.
Yeah.
But, I remember bum-ass Peter Rosenberg.
He on the list?
No, he's never on any of these lists. Come on, Peter Rosenberg has never been on anybody's list.
Oh, man.
He's just happy to be keeping that job. Because if he got fired...
Ebro was too high on that list, I'm going to be honest with you.
He was below me. I actually got a kick out of that. I was 6 and he was 7.
Yeah, but
wait, was I?
People don't go
I was
people don't go to, people go to Vlad TV and get hip-hop content. Nobody goes to Ebro. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you.
I agree.
I'll see random takes from him at times, and I'll see an interview or two, which is Apple facilitated, but
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, look, I remember Peter, someone sent me this. Peter Rosenberg put up a story where he said, if you pay for interviews and are behind the camera, you shouldn't be on a rap list. You should be on a narc list or some shit. And I'm like, this bitch ass motherfucker don't even want to say my name, huh? Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? You're never on anyone's fucking list, ever, on any level. And if you lost your job, which you're very lucky to have, you would probably be homeless.
I had my bout with Rosenberg before, but that's long before, I became number one. So I can't even, what I will say to him is, and also he sent me a long ass DM and he was just like, I'm not jealous of you, but and I was like, oh my God.
He's a bum. I remember he was hating on Charlemagne.
Yeah, now I was like,
this is like a fucking, a guy in the last row of the fucking theater throwing popcorn at those fucking players. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is who that is. And he's always been like that.
Yeah, well, I only have positive things to say to him now. I do believe that, and this is really positive advice, and I'm not even trying to play it. I believe that his podcast, Juan Epstein, I believe that that's one of the original, along with Combat Jack, those one of the original really rap focused podcasts. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if only he knew then and had some foresight, hey, listen, you see this little pencil pushing job you got over at Hot 97, I don't know what they're paying you, but the future is gonna be, because what he did, part of hip hop, he could have really made important if that podcast had the relevance. It could have been, well, obviously they're not gonna be as entertaining as a Joe Budden or something like that, but it could have been something that people go to for moments like this. Here's the interesting part. And this is why I was also happy about, whether I was number one or even those rappers, Drake and Kendrick give me that nod, is this was a music moment. This wasn't about gossip. Of course there was gossip, content, but this was music, bars. This was songs getting dropped. And it wasn't being dropped on his late night show on Hot 97. It wasn't being dropped on these platforms that they claim they're just backpacking. They know it was being dropped on my platform. And if I was him, I would look at it and be like, man, that should have been my platform if I did the work for 10 years. And I'd really focus on that. Maybe focus on being an entrepreneur other than when I walked out the station, rather than just being happy clocking in every day. And, you know, I think that he has to deal with himself. But, you know, sometimes, unfortunately, I think it comes across with him seeing other people who have taken the ball or taken the baton and ran. And that's like the Ebro thing, where it's just like, just throw some hate over the wall and just hope you hear somebody get hit because you're not over there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, listen. I mean, it's hard to keep a 9-to-5 job and be an entrepreneur at the same time. Whatever that means.
Is it?
It is. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Because you're competing against the full-time entrepreneurs.
Well, I've always, okay, you're right about that.
You become a hobbyist. I look at Peter Rosenberg, and I remember he was hating on Charlemagne. Yeah, you'll never get an Emmy. All these shows you did, they flopped. Blah, blah, blah. He's had opportunities to do shows also. Remember Late Night with Peter Rosenberg and stuff like that? They've all flopped as well. You've had more opportunities than I have, actually, to think about it. I've never been on a major radio station. I've never been given a show Accomplice, even though I made them millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So you've had all these opportunities, but you had to keep that Hot 97 job because you were too scared to go and really believe in yourself. That's what happened.
The crazy thing about him.
Am I right?
Yeah, no. The crazy thing about him.
And this is why you still are where you are. He was on the radio when I came to New York in like 2002, around that time. And you still pretty much, and I was, wow, this dude's on the radio. Still there with the same fucking job. In fact, I believe he went down a notch because Ebro came and took his spot.
To the show, man.
And pushed him down.
It's crazy that, you know, Pilatus, you have to, I think, you know, you'll see from time to time, like recently you see Charlemagne he put up a Big Sean interview. He doesn't even have to really work his social media stuff like that, or like his YouTube. Obviously he does like late night shows, he writes book, this and third.
Yeah.
Here's the difference between like Charlemagne doesn't need to do that. Charlemagne is a once in a generational talent broadcasting wise.
I agree.
And you're not that. So you should, like, he could do one job. Just be at the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You need to do 8 jobs.
Yes.
Okay? Because when he's a what do you call it? He's a franchise player. You're basically not even the 6th man. You get what I'm saying? You can't talk about the franchise player. At least the franchise player is gonna put butts in the seat.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have to look at, yo, did the endorsement come in? Hey, do I gotta pop up here to sign some cards? No. But you got to milk it for what it got, man.
Hey, listen, the fact that he's clowning that I pay for interviews because I'm a fucking entrepreneur and I've built a multi-million-dollar a year business over 16 years when all you've done is collect a fucking paycheck? Have you lost your fucking mind? We are not even in the same conversation on any level. You can't stand next to me. You're not viewed on the same level as I am because you're too scared. You're too much of a pussy to actually quit that job and believe in yourself. What you said is absolutely right. I remember, I think Elliott said the same thing. He said that Juan Epstein was the original podcast and he was the original guest. And look, all these years later, that podcast is just a footnote in history. It's not mentioned in one of the great podcasts. It's not mentioned in one of, because you're too much of a coward. You're too much of a coward to quit your job and say, I believe in myself, because you don't really believe in yourself. That's why. You're not a man that actually believes in his own abilities. You know that you need to go to work every day and collect that paycheck while everyone else chases their dreams. So don't take little shots at me, bro. Like, honestly, because when I put millions of dollars in people's pockets. Millions of dollars. When the fucking pandemic, I helped out a lot of my fucking regular guests who couldn't buy groceries at the time because they couldn't tour and everything else like that. You could suck my dick, Peter Rosenberg, with that shit. And next time, put my fucking name on it, pussy.